And we're live.
Yay! Kicking doors.
Kicking in doors, making hearts things, drinking water. I'm playing D&D on the internet. Hello, everybody. It's Kicking the Door. We're back again to entertain ourselves and hopefully you by rolling dice and pretending like we're people in a fantasy place. So let's get into it. If someone would like to recap, that would be much appreciated. Anyone?
Check my notes.
Anyone?
You didn't watch the last one? Weren't you there?
All right, so I guess I can give it a try.
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
Please.
All right, so the party entered the cave and debated breaking down the wall because Scofield was scared. I can't even read my writing. Tiny holes in the wall. Delwyn looked through and manifested lady on the other side to explore, finding a not so well, slightly gravelly hill.
Correct.
Slope that we slid down, or she slid down, and came back and reported findings of strange writing on walls. Fender then proceeded to break down the wall, and the party entered the main part of the cavern and started to explore. Let's see. Okay. Exploring the cave. At the entrance, there was a ominous warning of humbly or hot-headed in common on the wall. We proceeded to explore the area carefully and found a hole infested with rats that we somewhat successfully dealt with.
Yes.
By fire has been purged.
Yes. We proceeded to make our way toward the arch that had a trap on it, a fire trap that burned us a whole bunch.
Don't
Yep.
burn me.
Yeah.
Aside, we found that Scofa does not like raw rat, but found cooked rat somewhat tasty.
Yeah.
Yes. Found the cover of a journal. Part of the name was obscured. All we could see was Hexa and Making our way to the next room, it appeared to be some kind of experimental room with surgical tools and a pool full of some kind of solvent. Exploring the room, we found a side room that was hidden, and in there we found the remnants of the journal of Hexeter Dorm. There were notes on experiments, something about dragon breath gland delivery system and diagrams. Found a few items in there and made our way to the next room where there was a puzzle with another arch that we quickly intuited our way through.
Yeah.
And entered the big bad, which was the fight with the ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
Totally crushed them. Did they even hit us? Oh, yeah, they hit us.
Yeah, they beat up some of the people. One of them got away, but we did not really chase after. Exploring the room, we found one wall had an etching of a humanoid with 6-fingered hands with 2 thumbs, and an eye above the head, and a corona around the body.
Yeah. The back wall of that room had a almost sarcophagus-like man-shaped etching of a humanoid spread eagle, such that like an average-sized person could actually like kind of fit in there. And ahead of it was like a pedestal with the 6-fingered hand impression and a picture below it.
Wait, can we just do that? We didn't try.
You didn't try.
Yeah, we can go back there.
So anyway, you guys decided that rather than mess with it, not knowing what it was, you should go back up and report your findings.
Yes.
You guys,
There.
you came back up. and discovered that Delwyn's sister, Versta, had no longer been camped outside and had returned and was talking to the mayor as you guys approached.
It was like, "Sup, bro?"
That's what we
And
got.
bro was like, "Beans."
A little bit of that. So,
roll initiative because I'm running.
so we open the scene again, a little bit south and east of the market square, where trade has been going on for a good part of the morning as people bring their homemade crops into the central area to trade for other things that they may need or want. You guys have returned. It's an autumn day. There's a break in the clouds, so that there's there's sun coming down over the area. It is kind of well paved because again, Brightfall is very suburban like, even somewhat like 40s 50s style, although with smaller houses. And Federo Sabedoria, the dark-skinned man, in a very fine coat and boots with many buckles and spectacles. You guys also noticed that he had mechanical hands, and he was engaged in conversation with Versta Ark, Delwyn's older sister, who has a fluffy blonde mohawk, kind of pushed back. She's a little bit grimy from hanging out in the mines for a while, with her war pick and shield at her back, and she has her arms folded as she kind of side eyes Delwyn. She doesn't rush towards you aggressively or anything, but she's giving you that kind of 50-yard stink eye.
It's because he's got my shield.
Well, I guess we're all a bit grimy too, right? From being
Probably, yes.
Foolish.
Even. Somewhat scratched up from your battle.
Yeah, I'm
So
just smiling at the sun, breathing in the air.
Sure, yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, you feel a less of a weight on your spirit as you get back into fresh air.
Well,
Are you running?
So at this point, you're, I don't know, like 60 feet away. Versta and Federo are kind of engaged in conversation. It seems serious from, especially from Versta's body language. Federo holds himself rather poised. You would know from the past, Owen, even though he's say maybe 10 years older than you, he had always been very like in control of his emotions, very organized, which was kind of why he was named mayor arbiter of the town. And he is just kind of nodding at her and listening as his hands are kind of folded behind his back.
all right, let's get this over with. If she starts beating me, just let her.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I mean,
got to get it over with.
60 feet, that's trouble range.
I'll take my shield back. I don't want any blood on it.
I mean, can't you do some kind of knocking her out thing?
I don't think that's going to accomplish
Yeah, I
anything.
mean, right in front of the mayor, I think it's probably not a
Why, I
good
mean,
idea.
if she starts attacking him, right?
Straighten my armor up.
It's family. I mean, if he's fine with it.
You guys
Are
hear
really okay with this?
Yep.
He
Oh.
seems to like it.
All right.
you guys hear Mose kind of skip up behind you, and
Wait, what?
as he was hanging out the tree while you guys went to the mine.
At the tree?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
okay.
really bored.
Yeah, we staying with my.
Hey, what'd you find? What'd you guys find?
Dead
Dead stuff.
rats.
Ooh,
Yeah, not good stuff.
rat,
Good thing
rats.
we didn't
Did you bring me any?
Yes.
Did you catch any?
Dead ones.
Do I have any left?
Are you hungry?
No, yeah, we
I don't
collect
want
them
to
on the
eat
way
them.
out.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
gross.
Oh,
It's good eating.
they're cooked.
yeah.
Scofa says they're good.
I don't know if I like rats.
I can't
To
eat.
eat.
So.
Well, if you haven't tried it, you don't know.
I feel like someone told me that before,
Sora's got a
and
good
I don't feel
point.
like I want to listen to that.
No, it's okay.
Mm.
So instead, I'm just going to poke Scofa. He just kind of jabs you in the ribs.
Oh, that's compromise.
Okay.
The nugget I found. Can I break a piece off of that?
The rat nugget?
Remind me
Gold
what.
nugget I
Yeah.
found on the way out. 10-piece gold nugget.
Jeez. With your hands. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a strength test.
Oh,
It's almost 20.
Well, I was gonna say it's only 10, but you're not a beefy guy.
can you break off a piece of that?
I mean, you definitely make, because obviously everyone knows gold is a soft metal. You do make an impression of it in your teeth, or of it with your teeth.
I got an 18.
Okay, yeah, you can kind of
Breaking out a piece of
break
that.
a piece off.
There you go.
I give a little piece to.
Ooh,
There's your
that's my share.
share, Captain.
Capped. Yeah. He kind of like cocks a pretend hat and looks off into the towards the shore, but then kind of realizes I don't like being that close to the cliffside, and then he kind of steps away.
All right, shall we?
Sure you don't.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, all
Lead,
right.
lead the way. Lead the way.
Lead the way, and we'll watch out if you want to run away.
Right.
Yeah, just give us a look if we need some help.
Okay. So you guys approach with Dylan somewhat in the lead.
Directly in the read.
Directly in the lead, and Versta kind of turns, kind of like half facing you, but still showing that she's paying attention to the mayor, or has his full focus. And she kind of, well, I suppose it's about time you returned.
Yes.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I've helped a lot of people.
Sorry, folks. Sorry. Saying sorry, I heard those.
Her the side of her mouth curls up slightly about it, and then she kind of goes back to serious face.
Yeah. No worries.
We can talk
I
about it.
mean, I can't really shoot with arrows.
No, you should talk about it now.
Yeah, no, we're good for
I'm
now.
just like, throw rocks.
This is family business. You should.
We just.
What are you trying to say?
I've been told you brought these folk
Why?
here.
It's a family thing.
But if she takes her party,
Yes, we're kind
Party.
of following Captain Mose here,
The boy.
the boy. He's
A wonder.
All right.
and we've gotten word from Bone Grinder that he
Bone grinder.
Alan Bone Grinder, the seer.
The crazy giant kin that lives in the hills.
The seer
Sure. Okay.
wizard,
Right.
saying that certain things may be happening, trolls uniting, and the mists acting strange. So we're following up on that. Flame-proof trolls, acid-proof trolls
Right.
fighting each other,
Mm-hmm.
albino trolls trying to unite them, saying they serve
Singular.
the Lord and the Lady.
Singular eyeball.
Well, I don't know about any of that, but
Mists getting into Omoa.
we did hear a bit of that. And at that point, Federo kind of straightens himself up, and he gives you a slight nod, and he goes, "If I may interrupt."
Oh, of course.
Um,
And ghouls in your cave.
I have been.
well, I was going to get to that. What did you find in the mines below?
There was, say, a little workshop or
that's
den
accurate.
Indeed.
How do you?
from a man named Hexeter Durham.
Yes.
Durham.
Exeter door.
Interesting.
Looks like he was doing experiments there. Dragon breath gland delivery system, does the mist keep the memories that it takes from people? There were also
We did have a gentleman by that name petition to be a citizen approximately a year ago. We decided to pass on him, but he did stay for a couple days to trade.
Interesting.
He seemed upset. Just kind of based on,
You say there were ghouls.
yeah.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
they were. We killed 4.
4 or 5. I don't know. Last
One of
time.
them got away.
We don't know that.
One got away.
We don't know that.
Wait, a part of you?
We didn't
Yeah, I
know
don't
that.
think we saw
I thought
that.
we saw that.
Well,
No, I don't think we
if
saw it. Yeah, lots of rats. Dude.
there's more to speak about, I believe. If you'll come
And
to
there's-
my house, we should talk about this outside of the open.
Some of his journal is. We can talk about.
Yes, please follow me.
So as you were saying, some of it.
So, Versa, if you don't mind, I'll catch up with you later. We can discuss more of your petition. Please, just come see me in an hour or so. And she kind of gives a nod, and then she kind of looks back at you,
I wink.
and she goes, "You're damn lucky I have this asterisk on my hand."
I guess we can't leave town now.
And she just kind of storms off to the kind of center of the
She couldn't.
the trade.
Right.
All right. So if Federo kind of leads you on a 5-minute walk or so, his house, by no means the largest, but it's super well maintained. It looks like the boards are like inspected and replaced every season. There's a new coat of paint on it. His yard is pristine. It looks like he has like strawberry patches in the front, and he has his own kind of like well pump at the very front of the yard. And it's kind of as the Everreach Mountains kind of hook and come to a conclusion at this kind of part of the coast. They kind of swoop in, and then he has his house kind of like butted up against the mountainside, so that you can actually kind of see the bottom of the peaks. And there's actually you can actually see like a small like footpath that goes up way up into the mountains behind his house. And he says, "Please come in." His it seems to be the majority of his house seems to be a large sitting room with a long table, a number of chairs, and small I want to say like a kind of end tables to either side, with a pitcher of water on one side and some kind of freshly picked strawberries on the other, as well as some grapes and a looks like freshly baked loaf of bread. And he says, "Please sit. Let me just clear off some of these papers. I'd like to hear more about what brought you here and what you found."
Can I quickly see if I can read some of the papers?
Sure.
See if they say anything
Sure.
important. Perception? That'd be a tight 20.
20. Okay. One that catches your eye immediately is a kind of a missive about interactions with Foundry, and it looks like it was actually penned by Versta. You don't get all of it, but it looks like she suspects from a contact she has in Foundry that there is a sub-element of that place that is intending to kind of strike out and possibly give trouble to other settlements.
Okay.
So I see. Is the fruit available? This one has
Please.
slippery hands.
Help yourself.
They're going to disappear in a minute.
Oddly,
Yeah.
Once Mo steps through the door, he seems much calmer.
Oh.
He actually there's like an audible like sigh, an exhale, like I mean obviously he's 10 years old, so like what worldly stress could he actually have? But like it like there's all you can almost feel like trouble like kind of wash off of him.
Oh.
Oh,
Weird.
off of him or onto him?
Like no, just spread out. Like no, I mean like not stick to anyone else, but like he seems much more lax and much more low energy.
Do any of us feel any different?
Go ahead and roll intuition if you like. I mean insight, sorry.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
That Matt pushed to a 2.
7.
10.
This is wisdom, right?
Insight is, yeah.
Yeah, it's wisdom. Yeah, you actually do
16.
both Sora and Fender, you feel the air. Well, for you, the air feels cleaner. You feel calm. You feel obviously this place you haven't been here before, but you feel almost like you feel welcomed. And Fender, you actually feel you feel like your servos are running smoother. Your processor's going a millisecond faster.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you have going on in here?
I prefer to organize my place of rest and business in the best possible way to maximize energy.
You're talking about feng shui?
I believe that is what it was called a long time ago, yes.
Fungus shui.
Well, it's
You can ignore him. It's
yeah,
okay.
I don't want to bore you with the details. It's really more about
No, please do.
arranging
very interested.
airflow and
No, I'm
and
really interested.
sun and
Please tell me.
everything really.
There's
Go on.
something to geomancy in this. No? Throwing arcane around.
Yeah, sure, yeah. It does have to do a bit with the arcane as well. Yes,
19.
indeed.
I don't know how to spell
So
feng
it's nice to hear someone with an appreciation of old lore.
I just asked you to tell me more about it.
Yes.
What was that not appreciative?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No,
I didn't
alright.
mean to offend you.
This town.
Shall we get down to business? Please have a seat.
These strawberries taste great. That's okay.
Is it
I don't stay
okay?
because I'm worried that I'm going to break the chair.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. Well, getting back to business.
Yes, please. So he kind of taps his middle finger, and there's a little kind of click, and you can see his pointer finger on his right hand kind of flips around, and there's a little quill, and you can see within it a little reservoir of ink, and he begins to like pull out a sheet of paper and like kind of start writing as you guys speak.
Is he writing down what we speak?
Mhm.
Oh, I thought he was just writing down stuff as if he wasn't paying attention.
So please tell me what you found.
Well, I think what first kind of made us think something might be going wrong is we fought a fungal creature, a fungal wolf,
Right. Well,
out on the road. So it looks like it had been
Killed.
seemed mostly dead already, but still moving because of fungus. And that was just outside of Omoa. That's where I actually met them on the road.
Indeed.
I was getting attacked by it.
yeah, it kind of brought us together. Strangely. Yeah.
Then while we were in Umoa, there had been a increase in troll attacks on the roads nearby. They asked us to investigate. That's where we happened upon some slime-covered trolls and some fungus-covered trolls that were fighting over a downed cart. Luckily, we were able to rescue the two people that had the cart,
That's good.
but the slime ones were resistant to acid, right? Slime was acid,
Yeah.
and the ones that were covered in fungus were resistant to fire.
Very troubling.
Yeah, we weren't able to make much of a dent in those. We
does make. I'm sure you're aware. Our medium, our resident medium, Mr. Bain. He had dreams of. Well, I'm not an interpreter really, but it was burning water and sun that didn't burn. But anyway, that makes a little more sense now.
I may have to go speak with him more on this. May or may not be related. We also encountered some Saurians out on the road. They were not friendly.
They rarely are.
Laser guns.
Right?
Then when we brought the info about the white one that was trying to unite them, speaking in speaking in Abyssal,
I guess. I don't know. Did someone recognize it? I don't remember.
talking about the Lord and the Lady,
Right.
or he had runes kind of scarred all over himself, I believe, as well as that.
Yeah.
Right, Sora?
That sounds right, yeah.
So we reported that back to Umoa, and then the mists. We were many levels down, and the mists were there, and
Amoa is. They do have a good record of being a safe place to stay.
Yeah.
many undead.
They did.
Yeah, there's lots of skeletons. Yeah, they have that whole perimeter, but I don't know. Not sure what happened.
But Bone Grinder intervened and sent two of his.
I had visited the gentleman once myself. A bit enigmatic, but he seemed to always come up with some kind of truth. And you say he sent you this way.
Yes, I learned a little magic under him myself.
And to be honest, we're supposed to follow the kid.
Yeah, he kind of sent us this way.
The
He said,
child.
Follow the child.
Yeah.
And what do you have to say yourself, young man? And Mose just kind of looks at him. I'm the captain.
Yeah.
I'm leading this band of pirates.
Right.
And he grabs a strawberry and crams it in his mouth.
But we're good pirates, not the bad kind like we encountered
Right.
on the way here.
Cheers.
Right. Yes, yeah.
Interesting,
Yeah, that's one of those
says
pirates.
Federo. Was it and so you went to the mines. What did you find there?
In the mines, we
You said something about the Hexeter was his name. I believe.
Yeah.
Exeter Durham, yes.
Yes.
Congrats.
We broke through a little wall and followed a little passage into a worked area. First little worked area, there was a little archway that had sun symbols that, if you did not crawl through, burned you. Just flames. So it
Interesting.
was trapped.
Really hot.
In the next room, we found a little secret room attached, whereupon we found his journal. We found the cover outside, but
You did. You might. Do you still have this?
we do, and we were probably need an alchemist. A lot of it has faded, and maybe an alchemical treatment might bring more of the writing back up. From that room, there was another weird little archway with a cryptic thing, but I figured just close your eyes as you went through and you end up in another room, because there was a little hint on the first one, humble or
Interesting.
hot-headed.
Yeah, I don't know if all that was there before him. I mean, he looked pretty old, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then I think the most selling part in that last room there were 4 or 5 ghouls
Yeah,
that attacked us, but there was also
That all of this is odd, obviously, but that strikes me as odd merely because for the last 3 or 4 seasons, we've had a treaty with the ghouls.
with the ghouls. Wow.
Oops.
All right. Where do these ghouls live?
Well, they're at the very bottom of the cliff. there are caves which appear to have a number of very, very old crypts and catacombs.
Yeah, maybe your friend broke into it.
We have an understanding with them that they're provided with some of our dead, and we have peace.
But yeah, what was his name? Brands Goodwell?
The miner, yes.
Yeah, I guess he got spooked. I don't know what he saw, but I think he must have broken through to the backside of some of those catacombs, I guess.
I suppose it is possible, but from what I understand, the mine hadn't gone that deep yet. As you know, the cliffside is several hundred feet to the shore.
Yeah. So these ghouls are intelligent? You could
Oh, yes.
speak with them. Yeah, the ones we saw, they were pretty feral.
Like they've been trapped there for a while.
Well, I'm assuming they probably weren't well fed. Maybe that had something to do with it.
They do become more feral the less they are able to eat. It's one of the incentives we have for supplying them.
I mean, it's possible that Ron said something like there was a journal entry about them getting suspicious and patron will be happy and use the portal in the last room.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there may be
that.
something else in this last room. There was a
Potential portal.
quite an intricate carving on the last wall, as well as a little inset hand with 6 finger. I don't know if any of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's 6 fingers.
Yeah, stick figure with a light corona, with a little eyeball, with the corona being blue, the person being red, and the eye being green. I don't know if any of this.
So where did
Well,
this?
that I don't know how you said you had interactions with saurians.
Yeah.
They seem to have patterns of a similar nature: red, blue, and green.
Oh.
From the notes I've taken, they even have a little bit of a hierarchy that has to do with that.
Do they have 6 fingers? I don't remember.
No.
No. So this extra guy, he came, you said about a year ago? Just hung out
Yes.
for a day? You know
Yes.
where he came
He
from, or
petitioned to be a citizen.
Yeah. Where he came from or where he was headed?
Or even what it looked like.
I mean, he was, I want to say, in his late 40s. Had long white hair and a thick beard.
White beard as well?
Yes. He was a bit twitchy. He gave me an odd feeling, and I think that's one of the contributing factors to his denial.
He made a secret, or he found a secret room in there too.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, like, wasn't there like alchemist tools and stuff in there?
Yeah.
Something?
More like surgical tools.
Yeah,
or
surgical
section
tools.
Yeah, what was his profession? Did you say?
He did claim to be an alchemist and a healer, but
There was a trap that Sora disabled. It seemed like it was going to poison us.
I have to say that was really his only possibility of staying as a healer.
I see.
But
Was it much of a healer then, or?
well, I discussed it with Mr. Bain and a few of my other confidants, and we just decided that he wasn't a fit.
Oh.
No one got really good feeling off of him.
I see. Did he say where he was going, or did he just take off?
He seemed to be a traveler of sorts. He did mention Obelisk,
Oh.
but who can say whether one's been there or not?
Have you been?
Those plains are a bit daunting. I don't know that I'm curious. I have to admit, but crossing the high plains feels a bit dangerous to me.
Now, I mean, just to confirm, he was human.
Yes, indeed.
Hmm.
And would it be okay if we talk to Lori about?
Of course, I have no objections. We, you may remember, we're a very open and friendly place here.
Well,
We like to be upfront and transparent with one another. Although the ghoul situation, it's more of a
secret agreement.
not so much a secret, but it's a something we don't talk about much.
It's a secret.
Yeah, it sounds like a necessity, I guess. Huh? Survival.
It's I believe an old phrase, and I don't know if it applies entirely, but set it and forget it.
So you give them animals, I'm assuming?
Animals, anyone who doesn't have a specific request upon their death.
Has anyone requested to be fed to the ghouls?
Most people are burned. So is to avoid any.
Reanimation.
Yes,
Yeah. Huh. You know,
but from what I understand, consumption prevents that as well.
right.
I mean,
You know, a thing.
animated poop, maybe. I don't know. It's a little scary.
It's possible. So, do you know how many, or
The ghouls poop?
they didn't when we were there?
No.
Or anything other than
There was no ghoul feces
Okay.
that you noticed.
They hadn't eaten, so.
anything other than
They did
Lori's,
seem somewhat starved. Yeah.
sorry, anything other than Lori's dreams been out of normalcy?
I don't think so. Things seem to have been pretty calm. I've had no complaints so far. I mean, other than the worries of the mind that had been on most folks' mind, at least in the back of it.
Do we think that this was the worry in the mind?
No, it's a quarry in a mine, not a worry.
For the miner? I mean, we can go talk to him, but I'm assuming.
I mean, just because we went down that one, we didn't go anywhere else other than there.
That's true.
There could be more.
Yeah, we could talk to him. Where is this Brand's hang out?
Oh, you'll find his home not far from the cliffside in the tree.
All right, so we need to speak to Lori and Brickwell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we get anything for?
Oh,
Some places they do.
of course.
I don't know. How
I
you
believe,
get people
yeah,
off.
no, that's quite understand.
It's not necessary.
Well,
Sorry, I
you
just didn't know.
you did give us valuable information, and I think that's worth rewarding and in the respect of encouraging people to go out of their way to risk themselves to help the community. I like that, and it sends a good message.
Well, then just post the message. We don't need the money. Pretend like you did.
Oh.
No one needs money here, right, guys? We're all honest folk.
Let me just give you a little bit of coin to send you on your way.
Yeah.
How about 10 gold each?
If
That
you
sounds-
insist.
That sounds good.
Sure. So he comes back with a wooden tray, neatly stacked coins, and just kind of like sets it in front of you and kind of lets you.
Okay. Does he bring 10 for Mo's or?
He does not.
Okay.
Mo's already got his.
No, he got part of what I found.
Yeah.
I kicked down my
right.
2 to Mose.
That's right.
Mose gets up and says, "All right, that will go into our party treasure to fund our next expedition."
All right.
Well, I'll kick into that.
How about we each hold a quarter of it, and then we can put it together when we need it.
What are you saying? Why don't we keep it all together?
He doesn't want to give his money.
Well, it's heavy. We just want to.
He doesn't want to give his money.
All right, go ahead and roll persuasion.
At disadvantage.
Hey,
He's already
20.
20.
Yeah, not natural,
All right, that makes sense.
but all right.
From a professional point of view, putting all your money on one person results in it being stolen easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. All right. I think.
But on the other side of that same argument,
Yeah.
if 3 people are targeted, there's still a 25% chance that we get to keep all of it.
Wait a
Well,
second.
One person has it all,
Well, there's no longer a we at that point.
then it's kind of who do they target?
Yeah.
The wealthiest looking.
I think it should probably be you because you're the biggest.
That would be targeted?
Yeah.
So he should not carry the money.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think it should be you or Sora.
Well, I think we'll split it between us.
I agree.
All right.
All right, so we'll do that first thing in the morning. All right, let's go talk to the Bowie.
All right.
Your 10 gold?
No, high five.
Captain? I think we may have a
Mr.
discipline issue.
Fender,
Are you telling on me?
will you please secure the party gold with our 2 carriers?
Yeah. Sure, my party gold. All my gold.
All right. Let's go to our next part of the quest.
My 2 gold.
Oh, I'm taking the full
Mr.
10.
Mayor, I'm out.
Carry part of it.
And Mose just leaves.
Okay.
Federo kind of stands up. He looks a little confused, but he composes himself pretty quickly. Well, if you do find any additional information, please let me know.
We'll send the carrier.
I'm going to be doing my rounds. I like to speak with all the citizens around trade time. But you can leave a message here if you like.
Is there an alchemist currently in town?
Yes.
Oh,
Does the mayor speak bird?
There must
Yeah.
be.
We can send one to tweet at him.
oh.
It's not a character.
Those guys are from a different town.
No! No!
Excuse me, talk amongst yourselves while I find an alchemist.
So,
See, the reason why my joke is funny because birds tweet.
Is zombie poop or make a zombie poop?
animated.
You should,
Inanimated food.
you should have your conversation louder so I can hear.
Why would you want to create such a horrible thing?
Precisely that reason.
I mean, we could just talk to the ghouls.
Why are you trying to steal my money?
I mean, I don't know anything about.
I'm just following the captain's orders. The captain wanted to consolidate the money
No,
between
wait.
Sora and I.
No,
Yeah,
the party
and
trick.
Yeah, I also gotta hold the gold too.
Yes,
Not
that
all
was
the money.
the,
Was that
the 10
I also gotta hold
No,
the
that
gold.
we were just awarded.
We were each awarded 10. That's not party treasure.
No, the captain
tell
just
them
said
that
that
I
that was
gave
party treasure.
No, you told them it was
Tell me a
party
lie?
treasure.
Tell me a lie?
No, he decided it was
No,
party
you
treasure.
decided it was
Right.
party treasure. You're trying to steal it.
Fine.
What is the capacity of
Listen, I don't have much need for
lie,
gold,
but-
but you don't
I
need
mean,
to harangue me for my
Okay.
gold.
there's
I'm not haranguing for your gold. It's our captain.
Mose, he's haranguing for my gold.
I don't know what haranguing means.
He's harassing me for my gold.
You mean meringuing? Is he turning you into a dessert?
You weren't listening enough.
So, who you probably want to talk to is Mr. Darkunder. His first name is Shope. You can find him. He lives by the edge of the river, where it comes into town from the east.
You said Dark Under?
Darkunder is his family name. Yes, he's a Danik.
Oh,
A bit of
'cause
an
it's dark under.
a bit of an eccentric, but I believe you'll find him helpful.
Is it dark under because it's dark under the ground?
Oh boy.
You.
I believe the Danig in the ancient times did live underground. I don't
Makes sense.
really. I mean, anyway, I'm going to get to my rounds if you don't mind.
Of course.
So please let me know if you do find anything.
Sorry to delay you with these questions.
No worries. I'm happy to help in any way I can. You're helping us. I'd like to help back. Good day.
Pay it forward.
And he
Shall we see which one is
kind
closest
of
and-
stands there, kind of like waiting for you guys to leave before he locks up.
So I kind of stopped you in the doorway. You want to say anything about your sister? Maybe
No.
say a
Jolly
good
enough to
word.
get you up.
He's going to see her.
No, that's
No?
fine.
Nothing?
No.
All
You could use that as our.
Did I hear that? Did you whisper that to him, or did I hear it? There.
right. It's up to you.
I like to think that I heard it,
Okay.
Sure.
and so I say to the mayor,
Okay.
"Hey, don't let his sister beat him up."
We strive for nonviolence among citizens.
She had to try really hard.
I don't foresee any problems, but I'll have a word with her.
I'm sure he would never say it, but Delwyn appreciates
Yeah, I can tell by the look on his face.
I can handle myself with my
it.
sister.
No, you left. You were gone.
Leave him behind.
They're gone by like maybe 20 feet or something.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't hear me say it.
All right, we'll take a few good turns and we'll leave him behind.
All right. So, what is your destination? You have, I think you had 3 possible
Yeah.
destinations.
We'll hit whichever one is closest.
Okay. Mr. Darkunder lives kind of by where you came into town.
So the opposite side.
You're kind of like at a
On the cliff.
well, the closest from the mayor's house would probably be Lori.
Okay,
So we got
the medium.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of turn Mose in that direction.
He goes, wait, okay,
Lead the way, Captain.
let's do this. We're going to the one
No.
guy,
Lord,
the
the medium.
the spider guy.
Dr. Hugh
Yeah.
Laurie.
Okay,
That's it.
all right. So he as you guys are walking, he kind of crouches, and almost kind of he puts his hands out and he spreads his fingers and almost kind of pretends like he's a bug,
All right.
kind of walking ahead of you guys.
Do we become
You get a couple odd looks, but they're just what most people are just. All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure we get some odd looks anyway with Kindi.
You are a motley crew.
Yeah.
Umauts?
No umlauts.
Are there
No sponsor.
Umaut? Singular?
Just one loud.
are there social rules against putting leashes on children?
No.
I heard it was an
Oh.
ancient practice. Put leashes on
Yeah.
children.
I have a feeling that's not going to go over well.
Yeah, I don't think you can leash the captain.
Yeah.
We can probably leash
Safety
you.
harness.
Maybe we could try to. I don't know. If they're climbing or something.
Right. Wait, but
So we go to the doctor's house.
barbarians.
All right. So
Oh, right.
in short measure, you
It's all right, sir.
return to the house of Lori Bane. Again, he has shrubs in his house in front of his yard, kind of littered with spider webs, and a wood slatted path up to his doorway. You can see him kind of sitting on a makeshift kind of rocker type bench, and he's just kind of leaning back. And he seems to be knitting with his large kind of meditation needles. Looks like he's kind of halfway through some kind of cap.
Might be busy.
Not politely.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes, Dylan.
Delwyn.
Of course.
We just came back from the cave and may have a few questions for you if you have the time.
You discovered something.
Yes.
Good.
Oh yes.
And we tell him what we discovered.
Info dump.
Starlight.
Sure.
Does any of that sound familiar? The 6 fingers, the symbol, and he mentioned you had had some troubling dreams with.
Yeah. Well, as a medium yourself, you would know. Now and again, we have visions. May not come true, but in context, yes, it does make sense with the trolls now. But I was more worried about the mine and the ghouls. That is odd.
Did your visions with the trolls happen to be connected here, or you think just
It was very
general?
vague,
Okay. That was pretty far away. Hopefully you're
flashing symbols and
safe
whatnot.
here. Yeah.
Yes.
So this guy Exeter, you got some bad vibes off of him? Or?
I got a sinister feeling about him.
Uh,
Nothing overt,
yeah.
but a look in his eye said he was a bit too excited when it came to the surgical parts of healing.
I see.
Well, we did recover a surgery kit from his area that was in the solution.
Oh, I didn't even think about those ghouls were humans at one point. I wonder if they would recognize any of them.
Well,
He was experimenting on people. Anybody missing the last year?
no,
Yeah,
we've been
that's a shame.
pretty well taken care of.
Maybe like a mom.
And I suppose the mayor cued you. The mayor cued you in about our deal with the ghouls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, maybe he made a deal with the ghouls separately. I hope. But I just had that thought. I don't know.
It would be odd.
Yeah.
Well, how else can I help?
We're just seeing if any of that rang a bell as far as symbology.
Well, the mayor, I'm sure, mentioned the Saurian connection. Did you experiment with the panel at all?
Not yet.
Yeah, we couldn't really figure it out. Maybe you want to take a look at the journal? Maybe there's something you're seeing we might have missed.
I could meditate over it if you give me an hour or so.
Sure.
Okay.
Moe's panel?
You're talking to Mose?
Mm-hmm.
What
Should we go play with a panel?
a panel?
Maybe try and magically go somewhere?
Ooh, magic!
Yes.
I want to see some magic.
So check football.
Yep, we'll check in with the other two, then maybe head back to the
Sure.
cave.
Okay.
Maybe head to the cave in the morning, get a good rest, and
Yeah, what time of day is it?
Photocopy the.
It's probably it's 2 or 3, something like that. You guys went in the morning and you spent a couple hours and then kind of wandered around for a
Well,
while.
we might be able to get back. As long as we get out of there before sunset, I don't know.
don't know if that matters once underground.
Right. I don't know.
We're kind of bringing our own light.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go talk to those people.
Okay.
Shall we hit the alchemist next?
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Well, wait. We're leaving the journal with Lori, so the others will be able to fix it.
We will need the alchemist, yes.
Right, yeah. Yeah, maybe go talk to the miner.
Yeah, talk to the miner, swing back by, grab the journal.
Yeah.
I just had this card. Where'd it go?
Oh, there it is.
Bum, bum, bum.
Right.
It's the case of the missing card.
Right.
Let's
Okay.
see how many other random professions we can ask about.
So Brand's Brickwell is your next destination.
Yes.
He is a short and stocky human with pinkish skin, most often with smudges of dirt and sweat, amber eyes, and bald. He is known as a hard worker, and always on the lookout for schemes and lost treasures to resell.
Is it bald or shaved?
That's the scuttlebutt. He's bald. He is a confidant and friend of Scofa's uncle.
Oh,
They are drinking buddies.
Didn't you mention that?
They might have, yeah.
Thank you, Mitch.
So why don't you lead this one since you have a connection? Maybe we can bring him a bottle of something.
sure, yeah. What do I think might be good? Or we package that now.
There's the local store. You can go back and check in with Jace.
Yeah, you would know that your uncle is rather fond of that walnut beer that Grace makes.
Alright. Yeah, maybe we can stop by and get some. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you don't have to go through that. You just
Alright. How much is it?
Grace is awkward and apologetic with Fender, and kind of cordial to the rest of you, and sells you a bottle of the beer for a slightly discounted price.
Okay. How much is a bottle of beer?
Yeah.
Silver?
Let's for now. Let's just say a silver.
A silver? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's it's a good size kind of
Okay.
Growler.
growler.
Is it gonna make it to the destination?
Yeah,
Should we get our own?
yeah.
For the
I'm gonna
road.
pony up for my own bottle.
She does have on hand 5 more bottles.
I buy one.
Okay.
Yeah, one for the boat.
Yeah. She seems really happy that you guys are buying the beer.
I'll buy one to give to my uncle later. Although, yeah, I guess. So.
I stand solemnly.
Uh-huh.
Himself.
Yeah.
Just contribute
Crossed
to
out.
that.
She at one point she makes like she wants to like kind of touch your shoulder, but then she feels like you could tell she's embarrassed and she just kind of goes back.
Cock my head a little bit.
And then you guys head on your way. And shortly you find yourselves at the home of Brand's Brickwell. It is a fairly simple home, very kind of bare yard. It looks like he grows some kind of lettuce or kind of sour weed.
Is it the devil's lettuce?
No, it's not the devil's lettuce. And mostly, it's really just like half of his yard that has that kind of leafy vegetable. The other half is really occupied by like small carts and just mining tools.
Are there carts up on bricks?
Well, one of them is, yes. It looks like he's kind of like working on the wheels for that one. He you can hear him kind of like shuffling around inside. There's a kind of like a low rumble as he curses. There like a bang preceded that. You assume that like he probably like stubbed his toe or smashed his thumb or something.
What you made him do?
You knock on his door and just a minute, and then there's a kind of scrambling, and you can hear a kind of latch being lifted up, and the door kind of creaks open, and there he is, a fairly kind of broad gentleman, bald, weathered. Think like
Kind of weather.
like shoot, what's his name?
What's it from?
He's that rough singer.
Come on. You can do it.
He was a punk singer and
Henry Rollins?
Henry Rollins.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
think Henry Rollins, but like bald.
Okay.
Lincoln Park.
Like a big. He's a big dude.
Okay.
At least like thick and muscled.
Yeah.
Not extremely tall, but and he's grizzled,
All right.
and he's kind of looks like he's been on a bender. His eyes are kind of
Me.
squinting.
Okay. So I kind of whispered maybe we should pull off on the beer for a little bit.
Hey, what is it?
Hey, Brand.
Hey, I know you. Hey, little Scofa. And he gives you kind of a familiar, perhaps too hard punch in the shoulder.
Okay.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What do you do? It's been a while.
Yeah. I just came back to town. I get my yearly thing or semi-yearly thing. I brought some friends with me. We
I
actually
see.
were looking into that thing in the mines.
Wow,
You found something in the mines, so we went and took a look.
bad news.
Yeah, we found some ghouls in there.
Ghouls.
Did you see them? No.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm taking the path down, I can sometimes see them scurry down by the shoreline, but
Yeah.
they don't ever come up here.
Well, that was wherever you had dug into. Yeah, it went into this kind of old mine area.
You're kidding me.
Nah, and there's some gold in there. Yeah.
Really?
There's
What?
some gold too.
That's almost gold.
Well, a little bit, but not much. There's not like a vein.
Whoa.
Oh,
I mean, I guess you could look.
sorry, I didn't mean to get your hopes.
But what? Something ran you out of there, right? I mean, that's what we heard.
Well, I had Doe and sister come down and watch my back
Yeah.
while I was checking it out, but something about the air in there just rubbed me wrong.
Huh.
I didn't want to go any further that way.
Was it hot? No.
Like
Just weird.
spicy,
Spicy.
but like bad spicy.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I don't.
Did we smell anything weird?
There was a acidic kind of acrid smell.
Well, and we thought that.
Oh,
it
that's
was,
right. Before we got there.
Tools or whatever,
Are you
right?
smelling anything weird now?
I mean, you can smell booze on his breath for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks like maybe he hasn't bathed for a day.
Yeah, that's right. That smell. I think that was the alchemy, that pool maybe that we
Oh, the
found.
green stuff.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, there was some kind of solvent or something.
Did you get a sample?
But
Well,
you cleared it. You cleared it out, and we can wall that up, right?
Yeah, I would wall it up. Well, I mean,
No.
we might want to take another look, but yeah, eventually you definitely want to go in there. There's
Oh.
some magic traps and things in there.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
things that will burn you.
In case you do go in, crawl on your knees through the first gate, and then close your eyes in the gate in the middle.
Yeah, I would just.
I think I'm probably just gonna pass.
Yeah.
But thanks.
Just in
Good.
case
I
anyone
mean,
who wants to go in there.
Yeah,
Just let 'em
that's
know.
good. That's good to know.
Right.
Bring a weapon.
Uh,
Just say.
yeah. No, I get you.
All right.
Dangerous.
So it was just the smell then that you just. That was what kind of stopped you.
The
Yeah.
the knot hair on the back of my neck was standing up.
Yeah.
You get used to working. I mean,
Yeah, you've been working in the mine for a while, right?
oh yeah.
Do you know this guy? I think about a year ago, Exeter Durham. He was some kind of alchemist. Came through. Did you ever see him in the mines?
That was that weird fellow with the long hair. Yeah.
Yeah, all white, and big beard.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him. He would come stand by the tree and take notes or something.
On the tree.
He never came down, but
He never
I mean, not
went
that
in
I
the
saw.
Huh. Interesting. But he hung around the mine then, kind of.
He seemed to be very interested in the coast in the I don't know.
Close.
Oh,
Interesting.
cool.
Were they ghouls?
First, I just thought he was
Right.
looking at the Brightfall, like
Yeah.
everyone else does who is visiting. But
Did he ask any questions or anything? Or I don't know.
he seemed really interested in anyone who wasn't human.
Interesting.
He was always scribbling some kind of notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that.
Did you?
Yeah. He had a little lab down there. I think.
Oh, fudge!
What?
I'm being so. Why don't you guys come in, have a drink?
What do you think? We got time or?
Yeah, we have time to kill.
All right.
Come on in.
Like an hour.
Let me
30 minutes probably.
clear a space for you. Right over here. So he leads in. It's a simple house. He has like a round kind of wooden table, and he doesn't really have chairs, but he has kind of two long benches that are kind of pushed into the corner, so you can kind of sit around the table in a kind of like wedge formation. He has a kind of hearth off to the side on the wall that kind of is closest to the cliffside, and then he has kind of a hole dug where he has where he has rocks, and at the moment there is a kind of translucent blue kind of rod stuffed into the rocks, and they're kind of giving off this chill.
Oh,
Interesting.
And he has a couple bottles sitting on top of the rocks.
Okay. Well, we brought one of these. Went by.
All right,
Yeah.
now I'm talking. You're talking.
Right.
We're talking.
We're talking.
together.
Yeah, have a seat.
Put 'em on.
I'll get some cups.
All right.
Okay. We pity him.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you guys have any specific questions for him? He's pretty open to answering any questions you might have.
Yeah, probably some more information about the ghouls, maybe. Anything.
We're talking about the right entrance, right? The one off and behind the tarp and the.
Yeah. That's the one I got the funny feeling off of.
All right.
I mean, Dylan probably.
I mean,
has some
I put up
experience.
those bars and yeah.
Have you seen anything else that you would find out of the ordinary around town recently?
Well, once or twice, I think you know about them flying trees, right?
Flying tree.
Yes.
We do. Okay.
No.
Once or twice, I thought I saw them moving up north along the coast.
What do I know about flying trees?
It's the sentient ones, right? So you don't know which ones cut down?
Yeah. Wandering wood. I
Oh, the
think they
one.
call them. Yeah,
Oh, the fly. Oh, I didn't realize that. I said, oh, where was that?
along the coast.
Oh.
They didn't come inland, but I swear I saw them.
Wait, when was that?
Oh, I don't know, probably about 2 weeks ago.
Sure, they're long gone by now.
Man,
Yeah.
Must have been a sight. Not many people get to see that.
yeah, the way I hear it, the elves that run with them, they're something fierce.
Yeah. For sure.
Dude.
That's all I had.
Hmm?
That's all I.
Yeah.
Oh, and is it okay if we go back down and do a little more investigating?
I mean, yeah, sure. If you do run any more gold, I'd appreciate it if you marked it off for me, so I could do a little more digging.
Portion of that? Or?
I mean, because you say it's clear now, right?
I wouldn't go into that area for now. Yeah.
it's full of traps.
I mean, it's clear, but it's still trapped.
All right. Okay. So he will, depending on how quickly you guys want to depart, he will spend several hours drinking with you.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be wanting to do anything else at the moment, at least.
Right.
So,
Goals.
Well, I think after an hour we should probably head back.
Yeah.
okay. So you spend an hour just kind of chit chat.
Sure.
All right.
Just down a glass. And
Okay.
I'll hit him up on some information about my uncle just to see how he's doing
Okay.
from his point of view.
He, his uncle, or your uncle, sorry.
Yeah.
So Brand's impression was that he was getting a little bit worried about your brother. But over the last week or so, things seemed to calm down, and then they kind of like refocused on the kind of worry about the mine. So it kind of shifted focus a little bit,
Okay.
and then with your brother kind of like finding his niche or whatever, something that like he was excited and good about.
Yeah.
That really helped as well.
Okay.
But yeah,
So it seems like he's back in good spirits then.
yeah,
Okay.
for the most part. He was really just kind of like nervous and worried for his friend at the moment, anyway.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we head back and get the journal, and then
Head to the Alchemist.
Yeah.
All right. So you swing back by Laurie's. You pick up the journal, and he was able to uncover a little bit more of the entries, making it a little bit more clear. And it seems that perhaps not completed, at least as of this particular journal entry. Hexeter at least infers or implies, whichever is correct, that he was able to suck up or like capture a portion of the mist.
Huh.
And he seemed to be working on, because it seemed to escape after a while, and he was working on different ways to contain it. And that connects kind of back to the dragon breath gland. He seemed particularly interested in dragon and dragon type creature anatomy and those that had breath glands because of their ability to hold caustic materials and the semi-magical nature of that organ. And he seemed to be, again, at least implying that might have been the next step in his
Master evil plan.
trying to contain the mist in this kind of bio pouch.
Sora, I mean, dragonkin, right?
Yes.
Are you able to hold the mist in you?
Nope. Not that I'm aware of. I
Have you
breathe it
tried?
in and I kind of forget things.
Like most people.
Huh. We were so close to cracking the puzzle.
I think this experimentation requires extraction of said glands from.
Well, Scofa,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Can't hold the mist in me either, as far as I know.
Did you try?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Did you try? You could have tried
Right.
to keep it under your eye patch. That might have.
What?
Yeah.
I had too much to drink.
Right.
I mean, is there like a hole back there?
I don't get
Well,
drunk, but I had too
it's
much
not
to
here.
drink.
It's a little something extra. Maybe we can find out more if we're able to capture more of the journal's contents.
I mean,
Yeah.
do you have like a membrane over it? You could trap the gas in there?
Yes, but for what purpose?
I don't know. Just
We can
curious.
find an
Yeah,
enemy and
briefly,
make them
yeah.
forget we're there.
I corral
Good
them
point.
to
Oh, not.
I
the
guess
alchemist.
just
Sure.
hold it
If we
open.
have,
He does give you a final bit of information.
Yeah,
The
I don't know.
the patron that he spoke of, he seemed to have at least semi-regular meetings with his patron, always in Foundry. And always at a place called the Blackfire Inn.
Aha. Next up.
So when we're on our way to the alchemist, I say, potentially it'd be really cool to capture some of the mist, and like if we're in a fight that we're totally gonna lose, we just kind of like cover our faces and let it loose, and just they forget that we're their enemies.
Well, the mists affect you, correct?
Yeah,
You don't breathe, correct?
I breathe.
When's the last time you breathed?
That just sounded like you were trying to make a breath noise.
So you're master robots now, huh?
I mean, he doesn't really have a mouth, so that doesn't do anything when you.
No, I'm just trying to imply that it's not necessarily breathing in the mists that cause.
If we've got the power to contain it, we've clearly figured out how to not be susceptible to it.
Wait, what?
Right.
Yes, we will work on that.
Okay.
I don't think I understand anything in this journal.
You must be reading a different journal. Because clearly he's not affected by it.
So you guys find yourselves at.
He's undead.
That is true. Insects and undead are unaffected.
How would
Maybe you need to coat yourself in some kind of leaf jelly that'll block the mists.
Well, I mean, maybe we could just learn how to turn ourselves into undead.
Or insects.
Yeah,
Yeah, is there any radiation around?
Yeah, neither one of those sound good.
I concur.
So you,
Alchemist for now.
Yeah.
so you guys find yourself at the home of one Shope Darkunder.
Just live under a rock.
He does not. He lives in a perfectly square home.
Made of.
It is to the ceiling, 5 foot. The gentleman himself is 4'5". So he has like just the right amount of clearance. You see him kind of like wandering in and out of his house. His front yard is littered with all kinds of shapes and sizes of jugs and pots. Some of them are bubbling. Some of them have weird smells coming out of them.
Same.
But they're all kind of like arranged in rows, and they all have different symbols kind of like painted on the side, which aren't like in any language. They seem to be some kind of like cipher that he's made himself, or some kind of shorthand.
Do any of them look familiar at all from the journal?
No.
Do any of them smell like that icky green stuff?
You're getting a melange of different smells, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Most stinks over here.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. His house, coming from the roof and all the way out to the edge of his yard, has like an overhang that sits at the same level. And as he kind of moves from that inside of his house to the outside, you notice that he's walking upside down on the ceiling.
Oh.
And when he reaches down to the pots, he has this kind of like staff with like a hook kind of thing, and he kind of reaches it up, picks one up, and then kind of like stirs it, gives it a little sniff, then puts it back down. And so he has dark brown hair, combed and thickened. It's up nearly a foot. Well, so that looks odd with him upside down, which at his height, it almost touches the ground, his hair.
So wait, when he's inside his house, it's like brushing the ceiling?
Well, in his case, his hair would be brushing the floor because he stands on the ceiling.
Okay.
Is it like Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah.
A little bit of a Jimmy Neutron, not a sponsor.
4'5", and
Jimmy Neutron's
5
dead
5
for
feet.
years.
Oh, okay, that doesn't make sense. All right, so maybe it's 6 foot tall
okay.
because there's just a little bit of space for that he doesn't touch the ground.
Okay.
his chin and upper lip are shaved, a little bit uncommon for a Danig, and he is slightly wall-eyed in his right eye. He has a kind of light gray skin and eyes, and he wears kind of guildsman's leathers. And he kind of every so often just seems to like giggle to himself.
That's his job.
To me, it sounds like that. Go talk to him.
He kind of catches you one eye, turns his head so that his wall eye kind of is looking right at you.
What can I do for you?
We were wondering if you can assist us with a journal.
Oh,
We have a journal that's got some faded pages. We were wondering if you might be able to.
Sure. Do you think you could crouch a little bit so we're eye to eye?
Yes. You crouch a little bit.
Okay, just a you two maybe a little bit more, but you get not so much.
All right, I'll just sit down.
There you go.
mind that you don't knock over that one. That will turn your skin to cactus.
Okay, I grab Mose.
Mose has stopped outside,
Oh, yeah.
like completely, like just like fascinated with the man standing on the ceiling. He is agape and seems somewhat stunned.
I do eyeball his feet. Is he wearing any kind of special?
He's barefoot.
And let's just get this out of the way. How are you doing that?
Well, short answer is I don't know.
Okay.
Long answer is happened somewhere around the time I was 22, which for a human I suppose would be equivalent of 5.
Now, can you walk on the regular ground, or do you?
Oh, I can, but
Okay.
I need to put on my special boots.
So if you were to be out there, you would just
Oh yes.
fall up.
Oh yes.
Oh
Not good.
no!
Interesting.
Oh, I suppose until I landed on something.
Oh. But does it hurt to fall?
Not unless I land on something hard.
So if you hit a cloud, I mean,
I would probably get wet.
Have you ever had someone like anchor you?
That's what the boots do.
Well, just maybe a little rope on the foot and see how high you can go.
When I was a child, early on, yes. Until we figured out the boots.
Well, I guess back to business.
Yeah, so yes, a journal, you said?
Yes. I'll hand over.
are they nice
Let's
boots?
let's turn this up. Okay.
Yeah. So, what can I help you with?
Are the boots upside down?
Not at the moment.
The pages are faded, and we need aid in restoring its legibility.
I was wondering if you had any tinctures or salves or ointments or.
He's fancy.
Do you have the kind herb?
That I do.
Delwyn
It's
loves that.
super kind. Not so herby.
Is it Fred?
It is not Fred. Okay. I am fresh out of that, but I can whip up a batch if you give me a week.
Sure. How much would that be?
Well, if there's something interesting that I can make use of, I'll do it for 20 gold. Otherwise, 50.
So we put 20 down now.
Is this for the party gold?
Yeah, what do you need these tinctures for?
We have to decide if we can afford this.
What are the
Or
tinctures
not.
for?
But to make the writing
Oh,
legible.
I mean,
Oh,
there's interesting stuff in the journal. Maybe there's something there you could.
It was an alchemist's journal.
Was it?
Yes, it was Hexator
Oh, that odd fellow.
on the cover.
Ha! Odd fellow. Yes. Well,
Looking at his samples.
I
Solutions.
think that perhaps. You should roll persuasion.
I It's a 20.
I believe that's nice.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
I'll tell you what. Give me 10, and I'll see what I can do. Then I can copy some pages, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
10.
All
You can do that.
right. Sounds delightful.
Salves delightful.
Sounds delightful. Oh, this one gives you a little knock on your head. Oh, I like the sound of that too. You got,
Hollow.
you got some things going on in there.
Many things.
Gears and pistons and things. Can I interest
Always.
any of you in some potions?
Yes.
I'll give you a deal.
A deal, you say?
Yes, a cat-like deal. A steal, maybe. Well, not a steal. I need to make money.
What kind of potions do you have?
I've got all kinds of potions.
Healing potion?
Do you want to breathe fire? I got it. Do you want to breathe water? I got it. Do you want to turn into a bunny? I don't got that. But if you want to be stronger, I could do that.
Huh.
I got all kinds of stuff. I got almost anything you can think of.
Yeah.
If you got the coin.
What would be the price range we are looking at?
Healing potions.
Oh, healing potions! I could cut. I suppose I could cut you a deal for. I heard that you helped the town. Haha, that's good. So I'll tell you. 37 each for healing potions.
Okay. We make that 35 just for the math.
I like 37,
All right.
and I'll tell you what. I can run you a credit if you like.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't know how long.
What's the
you
interest
intend to
rate on
be here,
that?
The, see this one. This one. He's got a. I mean, he's got a head. That's a head. Yeah.
At least one.
Well,
Do you have a backup head?
do you?
So can we chop that one off?
Anyway,
Sick.
let's say
Backup should be fine.
5% compounded seasonally.
Okay.
I already dropped the
That
gold
sounds
on
good.
his desk.
This math sounds weird.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with this.
I don't
You
understand.
dropped how much on there?
The 37.
Does anyone have an int of 14 or more?
Lower? I have 11. Yeah.
14 or more, yeah?
Oh, more.
Okay, so you know what a compounding interest is then.
Hey, Dylan, any idea what that gold you found?
Oh, Arcana, you would know a little bit about that too. So.
About 10.
Oh, about 10?
How about one?
Okay.
Not on credit.
Not on credit, just money down.
Just straight cash.
Well, I mean, healing might be a good thing to have on a pinch. But,
If you're an adventurer, sure.
yeah.
Always good.
I don't know. Can we scrape together one or two?
I always like to put a little extra in my healing potions so it has like a nice flavor and a kick.
Alright, there's only 10 party gold.
Right? I have 20,
I got a dropper if you'd like a sample.
22 gold and 8.
I
What?
don't know, maybe.
Oh wow.
Where did I get 8?
I already bought mine.
Yeah, where did you get the platinum? I got none.
Yeah, I have 8 platinum. I got some.
Nice.
What?
I don't know. That's what I have written down.
Five
Are you sure you
gold,
didn't
so
put it in the wrong gold spot?
you could totally buy one.
I don't think so.
Someone hit 3 gold too.
There's 10 gold to a platinum.
Oh,
Right.
it's 10.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. I have it written down. I don't know.
So I believe you.
Yeah. So
I don't have that much.
Yeah, when did you get platinum?
I'm trying to remember, but I have it written separately from the gold, unless it was Electrum. I wrote in the wrong place. Oh, I don't know.
That's possible.
Yeah,
There's 2 electrum to a gold.
right.
How difficult do I think it would be to make a healing potion? I'm
I
an
think
herbalist and a healer.
Takes time and ingredients. Not necessarily difficult, but it's more about the time.
You should spend your time trying to become an alchemist. Just like
And you know there are
quasi-magical herbs that you could grow.
Nice.
They wouldn't be quite as potent as the healing potion, but you could probably
Some good berries.
come up with those somewhat quicker.
But we have at least one healing potion.
I have at least one. Yeah.
So do I have 8 platinum? I really don't remember where I would have gotten it.
Why is Matt trying to communism?
All right. All right. Well, then we'll use that too.
All right.
So it's 80. So
Well,
that's,
I would suggest if
Comrade, your gold, please. For the
I get
captain.
injured and go down, if you want your healer still alive,
Yeah,
you might
right.
use it on me.
but I'm holding it, so it's mine.
Well, yeah, it's
I
not
would be
going to do
happy
me
to
any good
use
if
it.
I was unconscious to try and
That's
administer
what I'm
it to myself.
saying.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. At least we have ones that.
It's good you have this discourse. You
Yeah.
figure out your roles and you roll with it.
all right. How many?
you
How many of those
see what I did there? Yes.
So 2 more. They hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do math, right? I'll do it for you.
All right.
74.
74.
That's
There you go.
I almost had it.
And I'll tell you what, cut your deal.
Yeah.
You give me that 80 platinum, I'll give you 6 gold back.
Right. I can do that now.
Good.
All right, so I'll hold one, and you'll have one.
I'll hold it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
8
then
platinum.
that way,
Mm-hmm.
You
if
said
we ever lose that one, we can. One
Did
of
I
us
say
can bring
80?
it back.
you did say.
I'm funning you.
Okay. This one, huh? Right?
Right?
It's a fake one.
I have this stuff called turtle wax. You can have some for free if you want.
Is it made from turtles?
Yes, we were-
No. I don't know what it's. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to tell you.
Oh.
Hold on.
It's a polish.
Do I believe
see.
that?
Make it a little more shiny. Inside.
Natural 20.
Natural. He's totally legit, at least about this.
At least about this. Great. And all interactions going forward, I totally get them. That'd be cool, like a permanent 20, like no matter what. Interactions with this person specifically, got him. Hook, line, and sinker.
Roll 2 more 20s in a row, and I will grant that to you.
It's fair.
I won't be able to do it. So.
All right. Well,
That was
Yeah.
dropped it wrong.
So you cross paths with this extra guy a little bit?
sure. I was asked about him.
Okay.
Yeah, wait,
The Arbiter had me give him a once over.
So you got some strange vibes.
Mm.
Alright.
Odd fellow.
Yeah.
Goofy look in his eye.
You look at this. All
just one?
right.
Well, both of them.
All 3 of them?
No? Should be an
I
easy
think
man
he
to
only
find
had
then.
2.
All right.
You couldn't see his third eye?
No. He had a third eye.
I don't know. That's it.
We'll pass on that one.
You ever seen anything with 6 fingers? 2 thumbs? Like this?
Well,
Mm,
Well,
I don't know. I've heard about it.
I mean, occasionally you'll see a goblin with that kind of mutation, but I don't.
huh. I tried to think of the goblin that we ran into. Did he?
He had extra hands. I don't think he had extra fingers.
Yeah, okay.
Wadger.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. No, he didn't have. He actually had only 3 fingers on each of his hands.
Any significance, like the alchemy? 6 fingers? I don't know.
Better than 5.
That would be a really high history or arcana roll.
Well, I'm asking him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, let me think. I mean, there were stories that I don't know that have any credence, but supposedly you could have more potent magic if you could twiddle your fingers in different ways. But I don't think there's anything to that.
Huh.
Some spells do require component of hand things.
Now, would you have any interest in a giant tick proboscis?
Of course, I would.
And how about a teeth eater tail crystal?
Oh, yes, indeedy.
Well, then, good. I'll have to retrieve them off the boat. We might be able to.
How fresh are they?
The tailed one is about a week old. Proboscis is about
2 weeks.
10 days.
10, 11 days.
But I did preserve the proboscis.
I like it when you say proboscis.
Proboscis?
Proboscis.
I think it's proboscis.
Proboscis.
Makes me want biscuits.
There's an O in it.
Oh, biscuit.
Proboscis.
You eat upside down?
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah, everything about him travels
weird.
the correct way, just upside down.
Oh, well, that's convenient, I guess.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, kind
The
of.
question of the hour.
He would fall up.
Right.
If he
When
was
you
not there.
pee,
Yeah.
which way does it go?
Well, I put my boots on when I pee. Does that answer your question?
It super doesn't.
So that would suggest that once it leaves his body, it's subject to the natural order of
But,
things.
well, unless he's got his boots on, and that reverses it. Hey, spit over there. What happens?
Leave them.
Wow, you are really
Jumps in
Well,
the
rude.
one has questions. No, it's okay.
Well,
I know no one's new here, so I don't get new questions very much. But I'll tell you what.
Just
I'm not gonna spit for you.
No. I bought the
But
potion.
here's the turtle wax.
Alright, well, what happens when he hands him the turtle wax?
Once it leaves his hand, it goes
It goes in the-
normal gravity.
There's your answer.
I mean,
It goes off.
you seem to get pretty.
Now wait, hold on. What if?
No.
So anyway, if you're not gonna buy anything, I've got more work to do. I do supply potions to the area.
We'll stop back by later
Send
with
them
the
Critical rude robot.
the tick and the teeth eater parts.
That would be great. I'll give you some good coin for them.
I bet he's gotten drunk,
And
peed outside, and it went up, and they put the boots on, and it came down.
he may be able to do something with the sensor from the Saurians.
Ooh. You found something from Saurians?
Yeah, we have some
Oh,
laser
yeah.
guns.
Yeah, I didn't know if you
That we
had
have
interest
not
in that.
used.
I mean, I have this top of
I'd love to play with them.
Sure. I don't think it works anymore, but you can have it.
Thank you.
So we have a whole one.
He
as
gives you a
well
kiss
as
on the forehead.
sensor, right?
Right?
Oh, yeah, the sensor.
Does the jewel that he left go up or down?
There's no drool.
There you go.
Was it a second?
It was a very dry kiss.
What do we want to keep try to use the sensor, right?
Almost unnaturally
Ow.
dry.
Just plug it into him? I don't know.
This is one of life's greatest mysteries. I want to.
I mean, we can take another peek at it, but
He won't
I, it's nothing I understand how to use.
Right, yeah, I guess so. Well, want to do some trade maybe?
Can I see into his
You want
house?
this sensor?
That orb thing?
Yeah, or do you know how to use it?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can't use it, I guess.
I'll give you. I'll tell you what.
Let's make a deal.
I'll give you a blind pick at a potion if you give me that.
Ooh.
Hmm.
How much did we estimate that it was worth?
The sensor?
Yeah.
If there's no way to know.
I say yes.
Yeah.
That's my sense.
Sure.
I believe we all fought those creatures.
I believe it was understood several episodes ago that it was my sensor because I went and grabbed it.
Well, you believed wrong.
I'll throw in an extra pick for your friend here because I want you to put that stuff on and be shiny.
Yeah, I'll get
Is
that.
that cool?
It's getting less cool.
Even for a potion? It could be your potion.
If I put the turtle wax on, it'll be my potion.
Well, if you give me the thing,
Oh, well,
you get a potion, and you guys get to. Well, two picks, one for you, one for the.
But
the
never
group.
mind. I guess it's his sensor.
You know what? You think you can figure it out?
me.
Yeah.
If I haven't figured it out by now, I don't think I'm gonna figure it
I mean,
out.
can you talk to it or something? I don't know.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
all that was like a alarm detector thing. right?
Yeah.
We just have to remember firsties, grabsies. Keepsies.
Oh, well then.
That was discussed. It was discussed. It was
Mo's
not-
semi snaps out of his stupor and just goes,
Yeah.
"Keepsies, grabsies."
Yes.
Great.
Oh,
Well, so
dear.
All right.
you want to keep it or?
No.
First grab, first to keep.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is
So-
great.
So-
Unless you're feeling nice, which I am.
That's not nice.
Fender's
no.
giving it up. Can someone hand me my DMG? I think it's over there. Let's go do a random roll.
Right, that's right. You can have that whole thing.
Potion. I got a
so-
potion.
Calmness.
Potion. He's a hippie trader.
No, Matt. Not.
Not
Yeah.
Owen. Potion. Not. We don't want to get any artifacts for you, because that's bad.
Yes, we do. We want artifacts.
We're gonna
The cursed one.
roll a random potion.
Yep,
Sweet.
2 random potions.
Those potions.
Is that D100?
Let's see. Potion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This guy
8,
totally pees outside.
9,
Makes it come down. Because it would just keep going. Just imagine like peeing into like a ravine, like it's like off the Empire
Yeah.
State Building. It just
D20.
goes Off.
20.
15.
15, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
It's the ultimate superpower.
Okay.
Yes, I was saying another.
So, you find a potion in a kind of darkened green glass, round bottom and a cork top. Inside is a very thick, kind of black substance, and it seems to it doesn't quite make bubbles. It like kind of does these kind of inward bursts in the liquid, like little depressions seem to pop from invisible bubbles.
Huh.
And it smells very strongly of kind of raspberries mixed with a cat-like musk.
Gross.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's very odd.
So
Any idea?
ask him what's this do?
It's a surprise, right?
It is?
Yeah. What's the deal?
Oh. Alright.
Oh, hey.
I'm sure you guys could figure it out, right? You try it. That's one way.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Sniff
we'll
it.
figure it out.
Oh, you already sniffed it. Can I make some sort of check? I'm not trained in this. Just a random
No, you
guess.
can't even make a check.
Must be really good.
Can I sniff and smell it with Arcana and Herbalism?
With Arcana, yeah.
14.
It's a fairly common potion. That's a potion of invincibility.
Invincibility?
Invisibility.
It's a potion of hair growth.
Weird on a robot.
Yeah.
No, he's wanting me to not.
All right, Eric, D20.
Okay.
Wow.
Communist Matt strikes again.
14.
14.
Roll your insight.
14 team.
14 thing.
Plus 3.
But I don't not be
Cool. Okay. So this potion is in a kind of clear bottle as well. This one has like a wider cork. It resembles one of those kind of a 8 or 10 ounce kind of energy drinks in shape. And inside it basically looks like Goldschlager.
Oh. Alright. What's this one do?
Drink it.
Ah, surprise!
I have no idea.
Arcana?
Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
Sure.
If you're trained in Arcana. You
I
can.
am. I rolled a 3. No.
Nope, you have no idea.
You want to roll herbalism or is that?
Nope.
Say, oh, before we finish up, can I acquire a couple empty flasks?
Oh, sure.
Stoppers? How
Sure.
much would that cost?
Oh, I don't know how many you want.
2.
2? A couple.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Just the stoppers, right?
2 flasks and 2 stoppers.
Oh, okay. 5 copper.
5 copper.
Excellent.
Eh,
Matt, are you writing down the party stuff?
That's not the
Or do
party.
you want me to write that down? That potion?
I can write down the other one, yeah.
Okay, go slower, I guess.
You can get rid of the sensor. If you have Everybody's censored. I said I took.
What's it spell?
Dooba-dooba-dooba-boo.
What's it
Roll
spell
back
like?
the tape. Everyone said I could have it. Here's
well,
a gun.
your characters don't have this experience, but I can describe the smell to you.
Okay.
It smells like sweat and Axe body spray. super like concentrated though.
It's a
Must be a potion of heroin.
Okay.
heroin.
Heroin.
I'm thinking the energy drink thing. Let's see.
Just you guessed it actually.
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I was just going on the sweat and the axe
Yeah,
body
I mean
spray.
that makes sense.
that's
That doesn't smell super great. Or smell like it tastes
It's either that or bull strength.
It's distilled bro.
That's
Yeah.
still jock is what I was.
right.
He must not have been very still.
Extract
Busy
is
sweat.
sweaty job.
Boom, boom. Okay. So we've concluded our business,
Yeah.
and you'll be on your way.
Yes.
Yes.
I've got work to do,
All right.
Yes.
and I'm gonna go put on my boots. Winks at Fender and goes into the back room.
I look inside.
He closes the door.
Well, before he closed the door, I was looking inside. I was trying to say it, but he said something else.
Okay.
Did I see like, as if he like dropped stuff, it'd be up there?
No. As kind of like just inside the doorway, you can see at the very top of a shelf are some kind of iron-looking boots, and he kind of walks over and he just kind of reaches over to them, grabs them, and then he kind of closes the door behind it.
He totally pees outside. He never has to worry about it in the ground.
What say we grab food and head back to the boat for the night?
Sounds good.
That sounds reasonable.
Met a guy
Oh, boy.
who totally can pee upside down.
That may be important later in the campaign.
It might. What if we need
We'll find
someone
the prophecy,
to
yes.
hit something up there and just none of us can get it? Oh, don't worry, I'll just drop this. Goes up.
You see a prophecy about upside down iron boots, and we know.
I'll dream of him tonight.
You'll dream of Genie.
I don't even dream, but I will dream of this man.
Don't you dream about electric sheep?
Ha.
Now, I'm fine just dining on roast rat and what have you, but if you want something different,
Yeah, it's gonna go bad. Might as well eat it now.
If it doesn't rain.
we have a little shelter on the boat.
No, because it's going to be
Huh?
This is like 10 minutes later. He's still just obsessed.
Fender seems to be caught in a loop.
Doesn't go down. Why wouldn't he just spit? If he would have just spit
No, still weird.
if it went down onto the ground.
Now,
He
if
would
we,
have just done it.
if we need to use a potion on you, where do we put it?
Right.
Splash it right in the eyes.
I think there's a port in the back.
Is there?
I don't know. I have somewhere where I ingest alcohol too. Yeah, I think
He just showed the
Yeah, no, he has his faceplate kind of opens up and there's like an intake.
Oh.
Okay. Like a gas cap or something?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I don't know. That's up to you.
There's a little
I
hook
kind of
thing that you put it on the wall.
I kind of imagined it as more like a mesh grid, and he would just kind of like pour stuff in there,
Okay.
almost like a air filter in a car.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we have to tilt it back.
Well, odds are, if I need a health potion, I'm already down.
Right. That's true.
There's probably like a hinge and it opens like that, so you can like pour in. You don't spill it.
It's a funnel.
A little bit.
It needs a funnel just in
Ooh,
case.
you screw the cap on. You screw the bottle right into it, like it's threaded like a cap.
Yeah.
Invader.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right. So I guess we rest for the night
Sure.
Yes.
on another boat. So is that other boat supposed to come tomorrow?
Oh,
Or
right.
isn't it 2 days?
2 days, yeah.
Yeah, they expected it back tomorrow sometime.
Tomorrow sometime. Okay.
We're not taking up its spot, are we?
No.
Okay.
The ship actually docks at the bottom of the cliff.
Oh, wow.
And you guys, and people have to come up by long ropes and pulleys and
So
stuff.
the ghouls don't harass anyone.
Nope, that's part of the deal.
Okay. Cool.
So you guys all gonna find an evening's rest. Do you guys go back to the boat to sleep, or do you?
Might as well.
Oh, yeah. It's got a little
Okay.
room on deck.
That's true. Mo's actually is a little bit excited to get back on the little boat of yours. He sits at the prow for a moment, pretending that he's captaining a large crew and invading some foreign land. But then he kind of falls asleep, and you guys throw a blanket up or whatever.
If there's time before dark, I give him a fishing line and a hook. We can put some of the rat on there. You can do some fishing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he enjoys that.
Does he catch?
And
Does he catch anything?
yeah,
Small fish.
yeah, he catches a few small fish. All right. So you guys kind of fall into sleep.
Oh, sorry. Now,
And
so
you power down.
summon familiar.
Sure.
Not too familiar.
And
In lady in her pig form or a different form?
yeah, pick one.
Okay. So yeah, she nuzzles up to you and kind of keeps you warm in this autumn night.
Does she still smell like bacon?
She no longer smells like bacon.
Sorry, you turned on the thing.
She is renewed, reconstituted in a new body.
Reconstituted.
Substituted.
So you each individually go into your places of rest along the boat. However,
Dang it.
something wakes you in the middle of the night, Scofa. You're restless.
He's got gas.
You find an ache in your chest that is kind of somewhat familiar. The marks that were left on you.
Yeah.
It's a very deep and intrusive ache. You can feel it not just in your skin, but like almost like I don't know if you've ever had a bruised bone, but it feels it's rough.
Yeah.
So you get up and kind of get yourself back on land and walk around.
Yeah.
And you think to maybe go visit your brother, but you find yourself oddly just at the house of Federo, the mayor.
Okay.
It is the middle of the night. His lights are out. Most of the lights of the town are out, but you in a stupor almost as you're sleepwalking. You have control. You have total faculty, so you could turn back at any moment.
Yeah.
But it feels like natural to move this way,
Okay.
and you just find yourself kind of walking up this path behind his house
Oh, right. Okay.
as the kind of stars shimmer around you. There's a bit of a breeze, and you're not sure how long you've been walking, but your feet ache, and you find yourself at the top, kind of looking down on the town, and you see small lights from the dozen or so guards that kind of patrol. A couple of them kind of vanish off towards presumably the watchtowers that are by the entrance by the river. And you turn back, and
Just ahead of you, you see a shimmering light.
Anything I've ever seen before.
It pulses oddly, and the thrum of that mark on your chest seems to dull as it kind of over a period of several seconds. It almost seems the pulsing of that light seems to match your heartbeat.
Oh. All right, so I guess I'm just kind of transfixed looking at it. Did I feel this pain when I left the woods? Like, did it fade as I went away from it, or?
It did over
Okay.
time. It took a couple days, but yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering if they're near or something. But then, did I see anything like this in the woods, or is this
Totally different.
Okay. But it feels comforting, I guess. Huh?
It does.
Well, I mean, how far away is it from hands reach? Or is it
100 feet or so.
on anything around
There's some stones and rocks, a small bush.
it? Yeah.
You see an odd lizard. It kind of stops and looks at you for a moment, and an arc of lightning moves from its tongue across its head, over its back, and terminates at its tail. And then it just kind of like runs under some rocks.
Does the thrumming remind you of the Ohm language at all, or?
A bit.
Okay, maybe I'll try to say some words in that, like hello or something.
Okay. So you whistle out what you remember to be a greeting.
Yeah.
And strangely, there's a response. It's not so much an answer as it is like a repetition of what you said. A very kind of metallic, echoey kind of sound.
Okay.
Definitely coming from that light that you see.
All right. I guess I'll slowly get closer to it and try to keep speaking because I keep just repeating what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you slowly approach.
I guess if I know how to say wandering wood in Ohm, I guess I say that.
Okay.
And say
It's-
my name.
It's repeated back at you.
Okay. I say my name.
Okay.
It's back.
You step forward closer,
Mm.
and the pulsing light starts to centralize into a circle with a radius of about 10 feet.
Okay.
And as you get closer, the light extends almost as if it's I don't know if you've seen there's a picture of kind of like a sound morph, and it kind of like waves around in this kind of like circle, and but there's like it's doing that with light in this kind of circle.
Huh.
And then there's a rumbling, and a structure opens up from that circle in the ground and kind of rises up. It's a kind of tapered, almost metallic kind of statue. It seems to be a large, indistinct humanoid. And there's a seam kind of down the center. It's similar in some ways. I don't know if you're familiar with the Venus of Willendorf. It's a stone, very simple statue of a woman who's kind of large and pregnant. This is it's ungendered. It has no breasts or anything, but it's kind of large, and it starts to crack down the center, and a hiss opens as it kind of opens up this kind of doorway, and inside you can see just electricity moving around, and there seems to be some kind of soft speckled kind of material, well, kind of like a egg board or like sound insulation.
Okay.
And then there's a sound, and you understand Ohm, yeah?
Yeah.
So it comes to you and it says, enter and be improved. Enter and be improved. Are you worthy? Enter and be improved.
Oh. All right. This be improved how? No response.
No.
Okay. Well, edge closer to it. There's still like a 10-foot radius of light.
Mhm.
I guess I'll kind of get close to it and try to touch the light.
So as soon as your kind of skin passes through the light, an arc of kind of soft energy kind of passes over you, and you feel this kind of tingle. And then these steel cables shoot out of the box
Oh,
into your flesh, pull you in, and everything goes dark.
okay.
And that's where we'll end for today.
Guess we need another person.
So,
Sights to show.
thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks again to my esteemed friends who have been our players. I have been Steven,
Your boy Devlin.
Matt?
Yes.
I've been there.
and we have been kicking the door. We hope you enjoyed our adventures and hijinks. Please join us next time to see what happened. What has happened to Scofa? What are these potions that I suppose they've already guessed and figured out? What is going on with this Hexeter guy? What is he trying to do? Tune in next time as the mystery continues to unfold. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.